Morning, boys and girls. BP back here. Well, we're at Value Tire. So here we are. There's the truck. Not my trailer. My trailer's in getting a brake job done. So this is Anlin's trailer. They loaded her all up. Not much of a load, but this is the trailer they had available, and they said, we need you to go. We need you to get there. Go. So I hook up to the trailer. I'm all strapped down, and the guy there, he says, yeah, you're good to go. Just go, go, go. Okay, I'm going. I didn't double check to make sure we were actually clear. The freaking guy that was waving me to go was standing on the C channel that was butted up against the outside dual tire right here. He was literally standing on it. I moved 6 inches. Kaboom! Scared the living bejesus out of that poor fucker. He jumped. I think he fucking ended up on top of the trailer, actually. I'm not sure, but he was sure freaking freaked right out. I get out of the truck and I said, I thought you said I was good to go. He goes, well, I didn't pay attention to what I was standing on. Apparently you weren't good to go. So here we are getting a new tire put on the trailer. We put a 3.5-inch gash in the sidewall from that C channel that was against her. There's always something. Hey, you guys are just coming along, and you know what? There's always something going on with BP. So, but yeah, this is a 36-foot Gator. Obviously, you guys saw that. Triple axle, triple tandem. Those are 10K axles on 36 feet long. And this is, like I said before, this is Anlin's trailer. It's a heavy friggin' trailer, but it's a nice one. It pulls not too bad. So anyways, that's what's going on here now. So I'm gonna let you guys go, and we'll see what other kind of friggin' trouble we can get into along the way. Okay guys, well, here we are. You've seen me here before. We're at Dam. So we're slowly getting back into the way of doing things. See those little tags in my hand? I gotta attach these tags to the steel, because the number on the tag goes with specific work orders. That way nothing gets mixed up. Anyway, let's get this stuff tagged off and go from there. Well, there you go, boys and girls. We are unloaded and heading back to Regina. We left Regina at, what the hell time was that? 9:30. It is, what time is it right now? It is 12:38 right now. So yeah, that ain't so bad. 263K one way, or whatever the hell that is in miles. I don't know off the top of my head. 263K. It'd be about 120, 130 miles, I'm thinking. So anyways, yeah, got up to Saskatoon, got unloaded. I always love coming back right around lunchtime or rush hour traffic time, because all it takes is a couple of elderly senior type people that are doing 80 kilometers an hour on Circle Drive, and with the psychopaths in Saskatoon, they're zigzagging in and out of traffic, and then I come up behind them and trap them in behind some old timer that's doing like 80, and then you just slow down a little bit and make them sit there for a while. Oh, you should see them bitch and swear. You get honked at, you get flipped the bird. It's a great time just to piss them off even more so. Yep. Good times, good times. So yeah, we should be back in Regina about 3 o'clock. And hopefully we'll get loaded up for tomorrow. And then we can just continue on straight up from my place to Priestville. That would be sweet. So with that, guys and gals, we're gonna continue on and get the hell to Regina. Talk to you then. Well, hey guys. Well, we're just about home. Got back to Regina to find out that some of the material that I got to load for tomorrow to Priestville, they were just starting to paint it. So it's got to sit overnight, and we got to load in the morning. that kind of sucks. That means I got to drive back into Regina and then all the way back pretty much past my place to get to Breezeville. But oh well, that's how it is. Talked to Spring Service about my trailer. So they've checked everything out, and all the wiring is good in it. And they got full power, 12.9 volt, all the way back to the drums. But for some reason, we don't have brakes on 3 drums. And we're having issues. We gotta pull the drums, or they gotta pull the drums to find out exactly what the hell is going on in there. So yeah, that trailer is going to be down for a little while. That's my big gooseneck trailer. So I guess it's a good thing Anlin's got me hauling for them, because they're letting me use their trailer, because I give them a little bit of a cut rate when I use their trailer. So yeah, that's what's happening. Hopefully it's not going to be too big a issue for Spring Service to get that trailer done for me. Just pulling into the yard here, and we'll see what Mama Bear is doing. And then I think what I'll do is finish the service on that Heston Haybine there that's hooked to Big Blue. And I got a couple little stories to tell you about that thing. And so we'll talk to you guys then. Alrighty, guys and gals. Whoop, wrong way. Back it up. There we go. So, anyways, here we have a 1997 Heston 1160. 14-foot cutting table. Single knife. I like the single knife over the double knife. Not that friggin' gotta have that friggin' super expensive goddamn piece of crap guard, extra wide guard and special blades for the center. But anyway, as you can see, the reels are a little bit bent up. So here's a story about the reels being bent up. I was renting land from a feller, and now, to some of you guys that don't know what mounted harrows are, we're just going to do a quick walk. I want to show you what mounted harrows look like. So these mounted harrows is a harrow section, or a width of harrows that go on a cultivator. Alrighty, so there's my cultivator, and there's my harrows. So that thing right there, those are the harrows, and they're mounted right to the framework of the cultivator via that arm right there, okay? So anyways, this farmer that I was renting the hayland from, and I actually seeded the hayland, and what he's doing with mounted harrows at all, I have no idea. But he had 2, 3 or 4 foot wide sections in the box of his truck as he was flying through the hayfield. And this was a few years back, like back in 99 or 2000. And no, it was later than that. So it would have been 2006 or 2007 that this happened. And chasing a cow or some damn thing, and the harrows fell off his truck, and he didn't go back to pick them up. So the following year, that was in the fall, the following summer comes along, I pull into the field to start cutting, and smoked one of them friggin' harrows. Bent all the reels, all the bats. Luckily I didn't really bend the arms too much, like this little round bar that all the teeth hook onto, but we bent all the bats. Back this up a bit. So we bent all the bats there and there. So yeah, not very good, right? But she's still cutting. She's still pulling the hay in. There's a few friggin' teeth, like I'll admit, that need to be replaced. But to replace these teeth, you literally gotta friggin' near pull the whole friggin' arm right out. And for one tooth and for how light my crop is, I ain't gonna friggin' worry about it this year. But anyways, so we hit the friggin' harrow with in the middle. Okay. No, it was on the outside edge. The first one we hit out here to the outside edge. So this is a Hydra swing machine. So once we get cutting, I'll show you guys what I'm talking about with a Hydra swing for those of you that don't know. So I can hit a hydraulic lever and the whole machine will move off to the side. So imagine you're here with the tractor, and right now the machine is directly behind the tractor, right? So that means the tractor is trampling the grass or the hay that you want to cut. So the first pass you might trample a little bit, but the second pass you can shift that machine so it would cut out here on the side of the tractor. And it'll actually, if you're cutting the other direction, you can shift it so it cuts on the other side of the tractor. But anyway, first pass, I'm right against the barbed wire fence of his field, and I'm watching the fence. I've cut this field before. I seeded the field. I've cut the field before. So you see this cutting bar? This is my knee right here. Cutting bar is literally right basically at my knee, okay? The hay crop was probably about, the alfalfa was a good 10 to 12 inches above that bar, and the smooth brome grass was probably 2 feet above that bar back then when it was a young stand and we got lots of rain. It really came on strong. It was just beautiful. Like a 60-acre field, we pulled off 200 and some odd round bales at 1,500 pound bales, right? Nice crop. Anyways, I'm watching the fence, and yeah, I was running it with the McCormick tractor. We ran over that friggin' harrow. It was upside down, the teeth sticking up. Caught it with the front tire, caught it with the back tire, and caught it with the machine. Right in the middle of the machine, right there. That's how that one got bent. So now we're down, because back then we were only cutting with one tractor. I didn't have Big Blue, I only had the McCormick. So I lost my marbles on the guy, big time. And so he paid for the tires, and the machine stayed the way it is. So we get cutting again. I don't know, we cut for like an hour after the tires got fixed and back on the road. We cut for an hour and a half, 2 hours in that field. And wouldn't you guess, hit another one. And that one caught it on the outside edge right here. Couldn't see it in the hay, standing up, sitting upside down. So yeah, that's how these reels get bent up. But anyway, this machine also, then I friggin' lent it to a guy in '99. And see this steel tube that the wifey is leaning on? This steel tube would run all the way from the back over the top of this swing arm hitch. She's leaning on it right there. Comes right across here, and it would come all the way down, and it would stick up a little bit like this. And then this line right here should hang right over here and then go to the pump. Well, I borrowed my machine to a guy. It was only 2 years old. He had some old, I don't know, Minneapolis type tractor, or John Deere or Massey. I don't know what it was. It was old. It was like maybe 60 horse, and the fenders came down low over the tires. And he jackknifed the machine, and the fender caught the friggin' steel hydraulic line and kinked it so bad that we couldn't fix it. And we cut it off, and he took the line off, took it to the city. and they cut it and got an adapter hose and whatnot, and that's how it is now. So I put this on here just to tie everything up nice and neat. Over the years, things have rattled apart. Last year we had steel lines all through here, and with shake, rattle, and roll, they started leaking. So I took them all off and we put these steel braided rubber coated lines on. But wouldn't you guess, because I have 2 of these machines, I was going Saskatoon, as you guys know, today, and some guy pulls into our yard wanting parts off of one of my machines. What, just because I have 2 machines, that means you could come and take friggin' parts off of it? You son of a bitch. I would love to go and find him and kick him in the nuts. And he goes, what do you, the wife says, well, we use them both. And he goes, what do you mean you use them both? We use them both. We cut at the same time with both machines. Like, get it through your thick skull, you goofy old cockroach. I know the guy. So, that's, yeah, the wife is going, oh, shush. Anyways, I don't have much use for the guy. How's that sound? So that's what happened here. I just checked the hydraulic fluid in it. Because with these hydraulic driven Haybines, this tube, or this swing arm, is basically full of oil. There's like 45 gallons of oil in this tube right here. And it runs off of this pump right down here, this big hydraulic pump right down there. That's what it runs off of. So this machine is a 540 machine, 540 PTO. So we've got our PTO shaft changed to 540. And I've got 2 broken sickles on it. The knife on this machine is welded, so the one sickle is going to be just a cunt to fix. If you guys can see it, right at the tip of my finger, it's right there. And it's welded, literally, I'll bring you in a little closer, and if you can make it out, it's welded right there. So, and if I remember correctly, I actually welded that sickle that's right there to the knife arm to add strength to it. I'm not going to worry too much about that one. I might just move the machine over 10 inches so it'll cut like 13 foot 2 and not worry about it. But I have a broken sickle in the middle. The one guard right there, you can see he's not in the best of shape, but we'll start off with him for our light hay crop. I think it'll be fine. This machine, I actually had to pull the bottom auger completely out of it and replace the bearings in it last year. It's a 2 auger feed system on this machine. So the bottom auger, we pulled it out last year and replaced it. And it's also a rubber on steel roller crimper unit. So the top roller is rubber and the lower rubber is steel, and they mesh together to squash the hay and the grass and crimp it, and that helps get all the moisture out. So yeah, last year we also put all new bushings, and in the axle bushings were all replaced in it last year too. She's old, she's done, I can't tell you how many thousand acres. We're probably, I don't know, 20,000 acres roughly. Because I bought it brand new in '97, and we used to do 1,000+ acres a year between our own land and all the custom land. And then all the sloughs and everything else. We were well over 1,000 a year, just one machine. So yeah, you get 10 years from '97 to '07, and here we are 2020, and I'm still running the same machine. I'd say I did okay. So in fact, at one point we had it figured out for about 4 years straight there. We were doing about 1,500 acres a year. So we're pushing the 20,000 mark on it, that's for sure. She's been around, she's been over some really rocky, rough terrain. Had a few rocks wedged in it, that didn't help. that's how, on the far side here, and this bat's right here. If you look this way, you can see a couple of dings. That's from stones. The reels will pick up a stone when you're cutting short, and it just bangs on them, and then it dings them up, right? But anyways, she's pretty much ready to rock and roll. We just got to hook her up to the PTO and oil the drive chains, which are on this side over here. Undo these 3 bolts on top and then 2 on the side, and there's 2 drive chains right in there. Just got to oil those up, and she's ready to rock and roll. So yeah, that's the story on this guy. Where am I at here? Holy cow. I think I'm at 14 minutes, I'm thinking. But anyways, guys, that's the story on him. I'm going to leave you with that. Give us the old thumbs up for the day today. Comment, subscribe, and let's get her done.